Today we are going to learn about production possibility curve or production possibility frontier or transformation curve. So, due to scarcity of resources, an economy cannot produce all its wants. Therefore, it must decide what to produce out of infinite range of possibilities. Suppose with full and efficient use of the fixed resources and given technology, only two goods X and Y are produced in an economy. If the economy wishes to produce more X, it can produce less Y since resources are fixed. So on the basis of this assumption, PPC is the locus of points representing different combinations of the two goods which an economy can produce with full and efficient utilization of its given resources and technology. PPC shows the different combinations of the two goods which an economy can potentially produce with full and efficient utilization of its given resources and technology. Any point on the PPC represents a combination of the two goods which an economy can potentially produce. So on the basis of the meaning of PPC, there are various assumptions of PPC. Number 1, the resources available are fixed. Number 2, resources should be fully and efficiently utilized. Number 3, the technology remains unchanged. Number 4, the resources are not equally efficient in production of all products. Let's learn PPC with the help of a numerical example. Let us suppose that the economy can produce two commodities, that is cotton and wheat. The following table gives the various production possibilities. Here in the numerical, production possibilities are shown from point A to F. Cotton and wheat are shown in 1000 quintals. So all available resources are employed for the production of wheat. 15,000 quintals of it can be produced. If, on the other hand, all available resources are utilized for the production of cotton, 5,000 quintals are produced. These are the two extremes represented by A and F, and in between them are the situations represented by B, C, D and E. At B, the economy can produce 14,000 quintals of wheat and 1,000 quintals of cotton. At C, the production possibilities are 12,000 quintals of wheat and 2,000 quintals of cotton. So after calculating it, as we move from A to F, we sacrifice increasing amounts of cotton. This means that in a full employment economy, more and more of one good can be obtained only by reducing the production of another good. This is due to the basic fact that the economy's resources are limited. Next, let's draw production possibility curve. So from point A to F, this is production possibility curve, which is also known as transformation curve and production possibility frontier. So with this, AF shows the various combinations of the two goods which the economy can produce with the given amount of resources. And the same PPC is also called transformation curve because when we move from one position to another, we are really transforming one good into another by shifting resources from one use to another. As you can see that on y-axis, the sacrificing good is shown, and on x-axis, the gaining good is shown, that is cotton. It is to be remembered that all the points representing the various reduction possibilities must lie on the PPC, that is AF, and not inside or outside of it, because the resources when shown below the PPC represents underutilization of resources, and when the points or resources shown outside the PPC, it shows overutilization of resources. So the points which are on PPC are always the resources which are effectively and efficiently utilized. Now the question arises, Does production take place only on PP curve? Answer is yes and no both. Yes, if the given resources are fully and efficiently utilized. That is shown here on PPC of point S, which is fuller utilized. But if the resources are underutilized or inefficiently utilized or both on point K and R, it can be shown. So when the point is below the PPC, it shows underutilization of resources. And when the point is outside the PPC curve, it shows overutilization of resources. So we cannot say that production always takes place only on PPC. We have the basic properties of production possibility curve. There are basically two main characteristics or properties of PP curve. First is concave to the origin. A typical PPC is concave. Its slope is increasing because MRT increases as we move downwards along with PP curve from left to right. Diagrammatically also, MRT is the measure of slope of PPC. We can measure MRT on the PPC. MRT between the production possibilities always measure the amount of change in possibilities. As MRT increases, because no resources is equally efficient in production of all goods, PPC slopes downward and it is concave to the origin. Second is slopes downwards to its right. With the given resources and available technology, if the economy decides to produce more units of one good, some units of the other good must be sacrificed. This is because if more of the sacrificed resources are used in the production of one good, less resources are available for the production of the other good. Since more of one good is associated with less of the other good, PPC slopes downwards from left to right. That is why it is negatively sloped. So today we learned the meaning of PPC, that it shows the combination of two goods. How is it formed with the help of MOC? Does the production take place only on production possibilities curve? The answer is yes and no both, because it draws the boundary between what is attainable and unattainable, which is outside the PPC. And at last we learnt about the characteristics or properties of PPC, that is downward sloping and concave to the origin.